What's up guys, Matt back again with another video, and today we're going to be doing the 2023 predictions for Ichiban Kuji within Dragon Ball. Before we get into the video guys, please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell notification so that way you get notified whenever I make a new video. I try to upload every week. Like this video if you enjoy it, and of course, comment your thoughts down below in the comment section at the end of the video so we can discuss our predictions together for 2023's Ichiban Kuji. So I actually recorded this video once and it didn't capture any of the audio, and I think it went on for a little too long, so I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. There will be a spoiler later on in this video, a potential spoiler, so when we get to this set, I will give you a heads up that we're gonna possibly spoil something for Dragon Ball. It has nothing to do with the superhero movie. Superhero movie has been out for long enough, so I'm not gonna filter myself there. If you haven't seen the movie or seen anything about the movie, what are you doing? I'll also be discussing why and when these sets will come out. I'll do my best to kind of dive into that. For the most part, I try to be reasonable with this list, but I wanted to have fun with it. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 months out of 2023 where I'm not predicting an Ichiban Kuji, which is pretty hopeful for what, 9 months of Kujis. But hey, I think Dragon Ball's coming back with a really powerful force over 2023 and 2024, and Bandai might want to capitalize on that. So let's hope that at least some of these come true sometime next year. So let's dive right in. Obviously, January 2023 is going to begin with the Omnibus that was announced about a month ago. Dragon Ball versus Omnibus Great. Still not a fan of that title. But we know what's in that set. There's Gohan, Potential Unleashed Piccolo, Super Goku, Mecha Frieza, King Cold, Teen Gohan, and I might be missing one more there. Buff Cell. So we know what all includes in that. Seems like they're really looking at early Android Saga in general for Dragon Ball Z, and then just throwing in Gohan and Piccolo. So cool. Obviously capitalizing on the movie still, which is where my next Ichiban Kuji is going to kind of fill that gap. So I don't think February we're going to have anything because we're getting November and January, and sometimes they like to take a little bit of a break. So I think their next Ichiban Kuji will be for March 2023, and this one is going to be called Dragon Ball Super Superhero Cell Max Super Battle. This is going to be focused on the big battle at the end of the movie, focused on the finale of Dragon Ball Superhero. And we are going to have a few different Masterlies figures and 2 Masterlies extra figures. So first we'll have Prize A as Gohan Beast. Of course, we've all been wanting Gohan Beast as a figure. I don't care really if they reuse some of the body sculpts from the other figures, but it would be really cool if they did a totally unique Masterlies of him, maybe in his special beam cannon pose, just so that the figure will be super dynamic. Dynamic figures, I think, pop out way more than just the static standing Masterlies figures. So Gohan Beast has to be coming out in one of these next sets. I'm almost positive it will be the next set or the set after that. Prize B will be our first Masterlies extra figure, which is Orange Piccolo. We've gotten 2 Potential Unleashed Piccolo figures. We need Orange Piccolo, and I think going alongside Gohan Beast would make this a very strong set. They're the big transformations of the movie. They're the big push for Gohan and Piccolo right now to make them as powerful, or sometimes even stronger in some arguments, than Goku and Vegeta. So Orange Piccolo would be my Prize B pick for this set. There are 3 more prizes in this set. Prize C, you can imagine based off of the title of the set, is Cell Max, which is our second Masterlies extra figure in this set. I am assuming that he's going to be as large as Omega Shenron from the Omnibus Super set. He should be, if he's not going to be a King Cluster or any of that. If he's going to be a Masterlies extra, he should be huge and very hulking and looming over all of your figures. So Cell Max, he's got to come out eventually, and I'm sure we'll get a bunch of Cell Max. So that's my next pick in the set. Prize D, I think I'm going to throw a couple of curveballs in here, just because A, I couldn't really think of anything else, and B, I think it's fun. Have Fat Gotenks from the movie. He got plenty of promo material. It was a big deal that Trunks and Goten aged up a little bit, so I think it'd be fun if they did Fat Gotenks, Fat Teen Gotenks in this set as a Masterpiece figure. If you want to expose his butt, that would be super funny, but I don't think they'd do that. I think they would just have him in, a pose or something. And then the last one prize, I think would be really cool if they did Broly. Broly isn't a big role in the movie, but they do make a lot of notes on Broly as to him being the strongest man in some statements, and him, if he got out of control again on Beerus's planet, it would be an issue. They gave Broly some attention in this film. So I think it would be cool to have him in that look that he rocks in the movie with no upper armor, just his black shirt, and maybe you can do the part when he's crying at the end of the movie. If not, any Broly pose in that outfit would be super cool. So that's it for my first set in March 2023. Moving on, I think they're going to do another set in April 2023, right for my birthday, and this one is going to be our first Dragon Ball EX set. EX has done things like Strong Chains, World Tournament Super Battle, Mystical Adventure, Fear of Androids, so I think this next one is going to be Dragon Ball EX Namek Invasion, which is focused on earlier parts of the Namek Saga. So going into this, we're going to see a lot of villains from the Namek Saga, namely Prize A and B, Dodoria, and Zarbon. Dodoria and Zarbon are very notable characters. I would even say that a lot of fans enjoy them. I think they were super cool when they showed up. They basically turned into fodder for Vegeta, more or less, but I thought it was interesting that Frieza had these two powerful warriors that kind of followed him around that were a little stronger than the average Frieza soldier, to the point where, Vegeta wouldn't even be able to touch them, and they show up in other movies, like in the Bardock special. They show up in Dragon Ball Super Broly for a little bit. So I think it's really cool if we were to get both of them. Zarbon specifically would be in his regular form, which I think is more iconic than his monstrous form. So those would be my first two picks. Prize C should be Kui. Kui is someone who gloats about being stronger than Vegeta at a time, or as strong as Vegeta, more or less, and Vegeta just completely overshadows him with his Zenkai boost thanks to his battle on Earth, and makes very quick work of him when he chases him down on planet Namek. Kui isn't anybody's favorite character, really, but I think it would be kind of cool just to throw in, a smaller character. They seem to do that with some of these EX sets, like Shu and Mai and Pilaf, so I think it'd be kind of cool to have Kui in the set. Spoilers, no Ginyu Force in this set. No Ginyu Force in this entire predictions list. I just don't think we're there yet. I don't think they're going to do one yet. Maybe, I could be wrong, but I just don't see the Ginyu Force happening in 2023. Prize D is going to be Vegeta in the beginning of the Namek Saga. So very similar to his look in the Saiyan Saga. The only difference is he typically does not use the Scouter. I think they might throw it in. If not, no big deal. And he doesn't have the little plates of armor around his waist or a tail. So I think that would be kind of cool just to have a little more Vegeta in the earlier days in this set. Prize E should be Frieza. Of course, Frieza needs to be in there. He's the looming force in the background throughout the entirety of the Namek Saga, and he's ultimately the big bad. I think it should be him in his first form when he's floating in his little pod. That would be an awesome Masterpiece piece, very unique, and obviously you can go really, balls to the wall with his look. Maybe he's doing his finger up when he's about to destroy Planet Vegeta or something. If you want to throw a little bit of flair, maybe put a little tiny energy ball on his finger, the one that grows and turns into the giant ball that he throws at Vegeta. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. And finally, the last one prize is always something in these EX sets, which is kind of disappointing. They do all right, here's one of the same figures in the set, but we changed something about it, like a little thing about it. would be great if they took the Vegeta in this set and put him in his second armor from the Namek Saga, the one where he doesn't have the shoulder plates. It's not quite the same armor that he has in the Android Saga. It's a little bit different. He wears it after he recovers from his initial battle with the Ginyu Force, but I think that would be a really cool little nod to Vegeta. Very easy fix, you just kind of change his clothes. So would love if Bandai went the extra mile to do that. We're going to keep this train rolling into May 2023. We are going to get our next Omnibus set, and honestly, I think I've come up with a much better name than Omnibus Great. Not to toot my own horn, but May 2023, we'll have Dragon Ball versus Omnibus Ultimate. This is going to go back to that formula where we have, hey, here's one character and another character, and they fought in this section of Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super, or one of the movies, or GT. I think that would be the best formula for the Omnibus sets going forward. They've kind of deviated from that ever since Superhero came out, and obviously they want to showcase, oh, Gohan and Piccolo, I get it. But let's kind of go back to that formula. So prizes A and B for Omnibus Ultimate should be Goku and Piccolo from the original final battle of Dragon Ball, the OG Dragon Ball, when Piccolo Jr. and Goku fight in the tournament. Would be super cool. Goku maybe rocking no shoes, no undershirt. Piccolo in his outfit, but like just no cape, but he still has his turban on. That would be really cool. Would love to see that from either character. I don't expect a Master Lee's extra giant Piccolo or any of that. That's reserved for Orange Piccolo, but that would be a really cool nod just to go back. And if Piccolo and Gohan are going to continue getting some love as they merchandise off of the film, I would love to see that. Alright, prizes C and D are something that a lot of people are expecting because of the last few sets, especially within the Omnibus world. Prize C is Super Vegeta, and prize D is Second Form Cell. So, regarding Super Vegeta, I do not expect them to reuse the Super Trunks body as they're doing with Super Goku, because that is a completely different form. Super Vegeta is officially a Super Saiyan Grade 2. The dub gave it a mistranslation of Ascended Saiyan. That's not what it is. It's Super Saiyan Grade 2. That's the official name. The form that Trunks and Goku take when they're huge and buffed out and super slow, because Vegeta doesn't get any slower. He gets stronger and faster. But the form that Goku and Trunks take is Super Saiyan Grade 3. Not Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan Grade 3, which is just a more developed form of Super Saiyan. Vegeta's not as big as those two when they're in Grade 3. In fact, Vegeta can do that form, but he chose not to because he knows the drawbacks. So I think it would be really cool to get him. I don't think we're going to get a rehash of their bodies. He'll get a completely new figure, and maybe it'll just be him when he first transformed, or doing the iconic I am Super Vegeta thumbs up pose. Second Form Cell, pretty easy to do. He'll probably just be standing there. It looks like that's what they're doing with all these Cell figures, which is kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. But just to get all of Cell's forms as Master Lee's is so quick, I'm not going to complain. Prizes E and F. I've been begging for one of these, and I really like another one of these. Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku and Super Baby 2, both from Dragon Ball GT. That was one of my favorite moments in GT. I love Super Baby. Baby in general is the only thing that I really like about GT besides Super Saiyan 4's look. I don't like the Shadow Dragon Saga, and I really don't like the Super 17 Saga. But anyways, I really would love to see those two as Master Lee's figures. It's about time that Baby got one. And I just think Super Saiyan 3 being my favorite form on Kid Goku just looks really cool. I remember the FES. There's an FES Super Saiyan 3 Goku that came out a few years ago. Really liked that when I was still collecting Crane figures, but it would be great if we got that as a Master Lee's. Finally, the last one prize should make all of my hopes come true. If you give us Super Baby 2 as a Master Lee's, give us a Golden Uzaru Great Baby Vegeta as our last one prize. That would be super sick. I don't care what you do for his pose. You can recycle the Golden Uzaru from the Greatest Saiyan if you want and just make some changes. But man, Golden Uzaru Baby Vegeta, super cool. I remember as a kid playing Dragon Ball GT Final Bout and having that final boss being Uzaru Baby. Like, man, that was it was epic. It's so cool. So please, Bandai, hear my prayers. Give us Golden Uzaru Baby Vegeta as our last one prize of this made-up omnibus set that I'm talking about right now. All right, I think they'll take a break in June, just to, kind of gather themselves. And here is where our spoiler warning is going to be. So if you don't want to be spoiled on possible Dragon Ball Super spoilers moving forward, please skip to this timestamp that I'm going to post right now in the video. You'll be clear of spoilers. You're going to skip the July 2023 prediction that I have here, and you should be okay to go from there. All right, ready? Here we go. So here is my prediction for July 2023. We got a leak from someone who is a very notable source in the Dragon Ball community. He has leaked One Punch Man Season 3 coming back with a new studio. He did that before it was announced. He's leaked several things in the past that came true in the world of anime. So sounds like he knows his stuff. And recently he's announced on Twitter that Dragon Ball movies will be coming out every 2 to 3 years. And the anime will be returning sometime next year, I believe. And there's also going to be a web series coming out next year. If you don't know what that means, Super Dragon Ball Heroes is a web series. I don't think this is going to be the same quality of Super Dragon Ball Heroes because we know that the quality of that is not super high. However, I think this will actually be a canonical spin-off, maybe written by Toriyama or someone, just to kind of continue some hype for Dragon Ball while they prepare to bring back the anime. So, that being said, I think if they were to do a spin-off web series, it should not be focused on Goku, Vegeta, or anybody in Universe 7. In fact, I would love to see it based on Universe 6. So, my July 2023 Ichiban Kuji prediction is Dragon Ball Super Universe 6 Fighters. And it's going to be focused on Universe 6 and their characters. Prize A being Kaba, any form will do. Prize B being Caulifla, any form there. Kale, Hit, Champa, and then the last one prize, of course you can't have the Universe 6 Saiyans without their super awesome iconic fusion, Super Saiyan Kefla. So yeah, short and sweet. I don't know if this is going to be what the web series is about, but I do think Bandai will want to merchandise and capitalize on it. So if it does come, it should come sometime in the summer, right? Somewhere around June to August. So they'll want to release an Ichiban Kuji to promote it, just like they do with anything that they release for Dragon Ball. So I think a Ichiban Kuji focused on the fighters, if the series is going to be focused on them, would make a lot of sense. All right, we're going to keep going. August is another Ichiban Kuji, and it's the one that I have been begging and praying for so long. It's our next Dragon Ball EX Ichiban Kuji. This one is called Immortal Majin Buu. And yep, if we got a Fear of Androids, an entire Kuji focused on androids, then I would love an entire Kuji focused on Majin Buu. Prize A being Majin Buu, Fat Buu. I know we're getting one in the new Omnibus, but they can do something a little bit different with this one. Prize B can be Evil Buu, the gray Buu that defeated and absorbed Majin Buu. Prize C should be Super Buu. Would be super cool to see him doing like a planet extinction, whatever that move is called, with his hand up. Prize D, Super Buu with Gotenks absorbed. Prize E being Kid Buu in a different pose from the Omnibus Kid Buu. And then the last one prize can just be the same Gotenks absorbed Super Buu, but with Gohan's gi as Super Buu Gohan absorbed. But yeah, nothing crazy about this. I might have predicted this last year, I don't remember. And you guys know the Buu saga is my favorite saga in Dragon Ball Z, and I love Majin Buu as a character, so would just really, really love to see him in all of his forms, just knock it all out at once, give him the love that he needs, especially because there are some things in the manga that Majin Buu, not right now, but was involved in. So give him some love, especially, if you plan on bringing the anime back one day. So yeah, give us some Majin Buu love, Bandai. Would love to see that. All right, I think Bandai will take a break in September and come back full force in October, November, and December. So these are the last 3 Kujis that I'm predicting for 2023. October 2023 will be our next film Kuji. Banking off of Back to the Film, it's going to be a sequel to History of the Film as Dragon Ball Z Chronicle of the Film. This will just be more characters, mostly villains, from the Dragon Ball movies. And I'm going to go all out. I'm not going to put any good characters, except for one. I guess he's kind of a good character in this. I don't think that's what they'll actually do. They seem to at least put 1 or 2 heroes in these Kujis, but I don't care. I'm going to just say, hey, you guys saw how much better this Kuji did, putting mostly villains in History of the Film. Keep doing that. So prize A will be Super Garlic Jr. I don't think he'll be a Master Release Extra. It doesn't seem like they're doing that for these sets, but we'd be cool to see Super Garlic Jr. in his buffed out form. And of course, I think I'm going to do the more iconic looks for these characters, because they seem to do that before they do any other forms of the characters in sequel sets. Prize B, Lord Slug, with his cap on, not when he's got it off and he's huge and raging. Prize C, Super Android 13. So we'll get the blue, powerful, fused version of him, not the trucker hat version. Prize D will be Super Bojack when he's green, his shirt's ripped off, and his hair is like a brighter orange. Prize E will be Tapion. Would love to see him with his sword out. If he doesn't have his sword out, maybe he can do his flute. That would be super, super cool. Prize F is the only character that's kind of not a villain. Dr. Hito. Do a Master Release of Dr. Hito from Dragon Ball Superhero. I think he's super funny. Really cool little character. Would be one of those like, hey, here's a little guy in the set. And the last one, prize. So they did DBS Broly in Back to the Film in the veiny, horrific look. They did Broly's Second Coming in History of the Film. So they're going to do another Broly. They're going to do Bio Broly as a King Cluster in this set. It fits with that look that they've been doing, this realistic, veiny look. Bio Broly is already horrific looking. I think he might even end up looking the best in this style. So Bandai, if you want to keep doing that and capitalize on it, I know nobody likes Bio Broly, but you know, nobody likes Dragon Ball GT, and you keep doing stuff for that, so give us Bio Broly as a King Cluster figure, just to, you know, appease our hardcore fan base. Alright, going into November, this is going to be the shortest Kuji that I'll go through. It's going to be a Super Dragon Ball Heroes Kuji. They do a Kuji for Super Dragon Ball Heroes every November or so, October, November it seems like, and it's always based off of notable fights or characters from the web series. I don't really know who will be in it. I follow the web series very loosely, so just a spitball. I don't know who's in it. Could be Super Saiyan God Xeno Trunks, Future Gohan, Piccolo, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and a couple others. So don't really know who they would put in here, but this is probably the most sure Ichiban Kuji and even month for an Ichiban Kuji that I have on this entire list. Alright, the last set on my list, finishing the year off strong, is our final Omnibus set, and it's going to be Dragon Ball vs. Omnibus Supreme. This one will deviate a little bit from where I said, hey, it's just 2 characters from a fight. Starting off with 3 figures. Prize A, B, and C should be Piccolo, Frieza in his second form, and Kid Gohan in his Saiyan armor with the bull haircut. So these are 3 characters that fight Frieza in that whole epic battle. I think Frieza needs way more representation in the Master Release world. It seems like we're starting to get that, but Bandai, you know Frieza prints money, so like, make more Frieza. Frieza in his second form is super, super menacing, and it could be a big figure, I don't know. Maybe a Master Release Extra, I doubt it since King Cold isn't a Master Release Extra. But having Piccolo in his full, you know, cap and cape, just having that look for him would be great. We haven't really gotten that, so I would love to see Piccolo looking like that. And Gohan would be easy. They can reuse some of the assets of the Kid Gohan Master Release figures, plus this Super Saiyan one that's in the Saiyan armor, and just kind of redo a couple things. That way you get the representation from all 3 characters. Prize D and E will be Super Android 17 and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I really wanted to put like GT Vegeta in here, like Super Saiyan GT Vegeta, but I just don't see it happening. I think they would much rather put another Super Saiyan 4 Goku and just maybe reuse some older assets, but Super Android 17 would be cool if they still want to focus on some Red Ribbon / Android-esque characters after Superhero. You know, show some love for Super Android 17. I really don't like that part of GT. It's probably my least favorite part of the whole thing, but you know, just getting the representation would be cool for all of us hardcore fans and having them as Master Lee's characters. Alright, last two figures of this besides the last one prize. I have Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku and Hit. Guys, Hit has been a pretty well-received character, I think. And this fight from Dragon Ball Super really brought the anime back. People were not happy with the animation. They didn't like the fact that we were rehashing the Battle of Gods and Resurrection F movies in this show so far, but when Goku started fighting Hit, that's when people started getting interested again. And we never got a Kaioken Goku in his blue form as a Master Lee's, and Hit has like no figures besides like SH Figure Arts. So Bandai, it's about time. Give Goku and Hit what they deserve in this omnibus set. And finally, guys, the last one prize I think should be a Master Lee's Extra, and it should be Merge Zamasu. And I'm not talking about Merge Zamasu when he's like holy and abundant. It's when he's ugly and deformed and he's got the giant purple arm and the face and stuff. That's what I want as the last one prize in this set. But yeah, that is my list for 2023 and my predictions. I tried to go through that as quickly as possible. This video is probably going to be way too long, but let me know down in the comment section, guys, what you think 2023 is going to have for Ichiban Kuji. What figures would you like to see? What kind of sets would you do? And let's just have a cool discussion over it. But until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Later.